So on Monday, today is Monday the 6th of January, and on Monday the 13th, I have my visa appointment, and that is the final stage. Before I go, I have now selected which rooms I want. So you can say a preference. So the options are a 4x4, which is 4-bed, 4-bathroom, a 4x2, which is 4-bed, 2-bathroom, so you share a bathroom, and then a 2x2, which is a shared bedroom and a shared bathroom. And you could also put whether you're happy with mixed gender or not, and I put I'm happy with mixed gender. I think a lot of the time it ends up being all girls because it's the ratio is a lot higher of women that go on these programs than men. And yeah, you put your preference, but you're not guaranteed. So I'll still need to wait to find out what rooms I'm getting. Apparently you hear about 2 weeks before you go. But yeah, I'm now making sure that I've got all the right documents printed out before I go. I was going to do a video on all of the stuff like in between getting your date and going out in terms of like the documentation you need. But honestly, I don't think that's really that useful, because unless you've already been asked to do it, you're going to have no idea what I'm saying, like all the different terms for the different documents. It's just kind of pointless. The one main piece of advice that I would give you though is, once you have been accepted onto the program, is to join the Facebook pages. So I know I said in the first video that I didn't do that until I knew I had the job, because I didn't want the extra anxiety of everyone else's anxiety on top of mine. But if you haven't already joined them and you have got your waitlist email, I would join those group chats, and then as soon as you get your date, make a group chat, or someone else probably will, with the people that are going out on the same date as you, because you'll train together. So basically the first couple of weeks will be with them, and probably longer if you get on well with them. But the reason that is my advice is because oh my God, I actually don't know what I would have done without these girls in this group chat. So there's 5 of us, and it's just been so helpful. Like even just annoying questions that we've probably all asked each other a million times, like about the different documents that we need printing, or about different things we've been emailed by Disney. Like it's just so useful having each other to talk to about it and to figure it out together. Like for example, we were all supposed to go to our visa appointments on the 9th of January. We'd all booked them on the same day so we could meet up and have lunch after and actually meet in person, because otherwise we won't meet until we get to Florida, because we're staying in a hotel beforehand together. But Jimmy Carter passed away, and they have made the 9th a like remembrance like holiday. So the embassy is closed, but we all got emailed on New Year's Eve, on the 31st of December, with the exact same confirmation email we had before, but with a different date. And someone messaged the next day being like, oh, like, did anyone else get this? And we were like, yeah, like, I think it must be an admin error, because we'd all been just sent the same email, but with like random dates and times. And then one of the girls, thankfully, checked the embassy website and it said, we are closed on the 9th of January. And we were like, oh, so like, thanks for telling us. We didn't get an email saying like, please notice, like, attention now, like your appointment's been cancelled, or like the embassy is closed, or any of this. It was just a new confirmation, so it honestly just looked like an admin error. And if we hadn't spoke about this, I honestly would have turned up on the 9th and would have been like, assumed it was an admin error, because I still had my previous confirmation. So firstly, all of that is to say, join the Facebook groups so that you're all in it together. You can figure it out together, because you will figure it out together. There'll be like 4 or 5 of you probably. And yeah, that's probably more useful than me saying you need this document, because until I got emailed by Yummy Jobs saying this is what I needed and this is how I applied, like that information wasn't useful to me. And then secondly, it is a shame because now we've all been given dates that are different, so we won't get to meet before we go. 2 of the girls do have theirs tomorrow actually, so they will probably meet, I assume, but the rest of us are 13th, 14th, 15th. So that is a shame because most of the girls live up north, so it's not even like we can just be like, oh, we'll just go for drinks in London or we'll just go for drinks in Manchester or whatever. Like, everyone lives quite separately. But I don't think I have said, we have booked to stay in 2 hotels because we couldn't stay in one the whole time. I think they were fully booked when we wanted. So me and one of the girls arrive on Thursday, the 20th of February, and we stay in Pop Century for 2 nights with one of the other girls who arrives on the Wednesday. I believe she's just maybe staying in an Airbnb or hotel on her own on the Wednesday night and then coming with us on the Thursday. So we're at Pop Century for 2 nights, the 3 of us, and then the other 2 girls come on the Saturday and we move across to Art of Animation to one of the big family rooms so that we can all be together, which will be so fun. I'm so excited to meet them all. I'm so excited to just be at Disney. I think going on the Thursday is going to be such a nice, like, slow way to start the trip because, sorry, I keep looking at myself because I'm filming on front camera, because on the Monday, I know it's very full on, like you get your room, then literally like training starts like all day for the rest of the week, and you've got to set up your room, you've got to do your food shopping, you've got to get all your bedding, you've got to buy everything. So I think going on the Thursday be a nice way, firstly, to just get to know each other, but also to just like relax a little, get in the Disney mindset, enjoy the vibe, get a bit of sun, because we've just had snow here in the UK. I really hope it doesn't snow when we're supposed to fly. But yeah, I think that'll be a nice way, and like we can maybe even do some of our shopping in terms of like getting bedding and things like that before, so we're not all doing it on the Monday. We'll see. But yeah, it's going to be a lovely way to start, but it's crazy because we're going to meet the first time in person at Pop Century. What a great place to meet. It's going to be stunning. So yes, this video is probably going to be like a mishmash of this information and then me getting my visa approved this time next week. Literally this time it's at 9:30 and it's now 10 a.m. So I maybe would know, or I'll be in some kind of queue. And then I'll do a packing video that will probably be separate to this. So this is, yeah, I'll do more of a chatty, whatever this is, and then packing, and then the next one will be fly with me to Florida. It's actually crazy that it's happening now. It only just feels real. Now it's the new year. Happy New Year, by the way. Hope everyone had a lovely Christmas and New Year. But now it is the new year. It feels like it's actually happening and I'm excited. Like, to be in the sun for a year, to be in Disney for a year, is actually such a dream. So yeah, I will catch you up probably when I go to my visa appointment. I'm on my way to my visa appointment. It's like 7:45 and my appointment is at 9:30, but it's going to take me 45 minutes to get there, and I'm just making sure I get there early because one of the girls had theirs on Tuesday and I think it was about a 45-minute wait, and obviously if there's a long queue it's like not your fault, but may as well, just to make myself feel better. My visa is approved. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I don't know why I was so worried. It's so silly, but the wait was it wasn't too bad. You joined a check-in queue outside and took about 20 minutes, and it didn't matter what time your appointment was, you could just go straight and check in. Then you went back to another queue that was next to it, and that was for security. That took just over an hour because there was just a lot of things that kept holding it up. But as soon as security was done and I got inside the actual embassy, it was so smooth and quick. It was just checking kind of the same documents again, fingerprints, and then the quickest interview. And they asked why I'm going there, what job I'm doing, and whether I'd done work like that before. And that was it. And then they were like, oh, your visa is approved. And I was like, yay. So yeah, I'm officially going. So I thought I would do a bit more of a in detail look at my day when I went for my visa appointment. I didn't show anything when I was there because, I don't know, it doesn't say, apart from when you're fully in the building, about like putting your phones away, but I just didn't fancy getting on the wrong side of someone who works for the American Embassy. Was in London for the weekend anyway. I booked 9:30, which was the latest appointment that was available left that day. I was staying in Hackney, and I woke up at like 7, got ready, like not in a rush, like I wanted to make sure I had the time to just like get ready and not panic. I'd rather get up earlier to do and get up like that. So yeah, I got up at 7. I left at around 20 to 8, and I walked to Old Street Station, which was like a 20-minute walk, and then had to get 2 tubes because it's at 9 Elms, which is on the Northern Line, but only like a section of it that like forks off. If you were going to Battersea Power Station, it's the end of that line, so you have to change at Cannington, which took, I think, 20 minutes altogether. So that was pretty good. It's to 9 Elms, which is the stop before Battersea Power Station. It's just one stop from Cannington. And then walked, it was about a 5-minute walk. It's the embassy was very close to the 9 Elms station. And joined the first queue for check-in. So there's 2 queues outside. I joined the first queue for check-in. That was about 20 minutes. This is all outside, and it's very built up. Like, it was sunny, but it's very built up, so like we never got the sun the whole time we were there. This is the morning anyway. So yeah, joined the check-in queue. They wanted to see my DS160 and my printed out instructions that have the barcode for my DS160, and the barcode does something else, I can't remember what. But you needed those instructions printed out, otherwise you couldn't get in. The website is not very clear about the things that you need printed out and what counts as instructions and blah, blah, blah. So definitely overdo it with what you're printing, just in case. So they checked those. Also, when I got to the front of the queue, Tom Holland was getting his visa. Obviously, he didn't have to queue, but I was at the front when he came up with his assistant, I would guess, and his brother. And yeah, he was getting his documents done. He had his little pink folder and was like, which documents do they need? And he seemed just as sweet as he comes across on television. My mum and my brother were like, why didn't you get a picture? And I was like, there's no way I'm like whacking my phone out. Firstly, I couldn't do that anyway. I feel way too awkward, either asking for a picture or taking a picture, let alone in front of, like, right next to the, like, American Embassy officials. And when he's trying to get all his documents situated, me just there like, hi. So anyway, yeah, I did that. And then you then went to the back of the second queue, which was the queue for security to get in. That took ages. I think that took near an hour. Not many other people seem to have had this issue. I think they were maybe a little understaffed in the security part this day. They let people with prams and wheelchairs through first, but the guy that was checking our documents and letting us through was also then having to go in to check all of the buggies and wheelchairs. So we would then have to wait like 10 minutes, and like the security staff weren't doing any, like they were just standing waiting as well while he was checking these. So maybe that could have been organised a little better. I was freezing as well, like as you would have seen in the clip before, like I was wrapped up, but just standing out in the freezing cold doing nothing for an hour is, I think it was like 2 degrees max that day, maybe 4. That weekend though, like this weekend just gone, was -4 most of the time and got to like 0. So I think the Monday was actually not as bad, but very cold still to be waiting outside for an hour. So I did that. I then went, as soon as that was done, you then leave that little building, you go outside straight to the actual embassy. They checked the exact same documents again and gave me a little slip. This little slip said, go up the lift to stage 1. All of the stages, once you get up the lift, are like clearly marked. There's stage 1, 2, and 3. They're in different colours. They say step 1, 2, 3. And it's like an, well, not old fashioned, but it's like a bank, like they're little booths with different people working in each one. And you go in one little snake line to step 1, and then you're sent to whatever booth is open next. Then you do the same for step 2. So step 1 was checking the same documents as well as my I-797 and my photos. This is something they didn't say that you needed with you, but we did it anyway, and thank God we did, because you had to give it over and they had to do a photocopy of them. If you didn't have them, I believe they do have a photo booth in the building, but you just don't want to be stressing like that on the day and then like joining the back of the queue. Luckily, the queues on the inside were so quick for me this day, but I don't know obviously how it will be for everyone else. So yeah, she did that, and then I joined the second queue, which was just fingerprinting, so that took like less than a minute. And then the third and final queue was the interview, and as I said, she asked very basic questions and then just was like, your visa's approved. So yeah, I got the email today saying that I will be able to collect my document soon. I think it said like in the next day. I'm in London for the weekend, so I will go and collect it probably Saturday, and that will have my visa thing in it, which I didn't know until one of the girls I'm going out with sent hers the other day, because I was like, why do they need my passport? Like, what are they doing with it? And it has like your visa in it, which makes sense because you don't get a confirmation email or anything saying like your visa's been approved. Like, she just said it to me, and now I'm like, was that real? Was that a fever dream? But yeah, that was how my day went, and I was out by, process isn't long, it was just the security queue took like an hour and the rest of the process was like 20 minutes. But yeah, I then sent in my resignation. I had it in my draft, so I had annual leave on the Monday, but I had it in my drafts from the Friday because it was like a month to the day that I was leaving that my visa was approved, and I obviously wanted to make sure it was approved before I handed my notice in. But yeah, so I had that ready to sent it as soon as I got back. And yeah, now all of the real preparation begins. I've spent a lot of today ringing up different places. So I rang up my car finance company, I rang up my car insurance company, I rang up student finance, I rang up O2, so I'm getting stuff done. It's all not fun things, especially when like you've forgotten passwords and you've forgotten security questions, and oh yeah, not fun, but it is easy stuff. It's all worth it because I will be there so soon, like so soon now. I'm gonna do a bit of a packing video now, but that might be put in another video. It depends how much I've been talking about this visa thing and how long of a video that makes. But yeah, if this is just the visa video, thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful. It's not really that much information, or maybe even that helpful, but it's another stage in the process done. I've just got to wait now. The last thing I need to find out is my dorms. But I find that out 2 weeks before apparently, and there's nothing to do, like it's just more information that I'll get. So yeah.